Hey guys, so in this video we're going to talk about how you can use forum posts to start building your email list. We're going to cover what are forum posts, why use forum posts, using signatures, direct and indirect, the action plan for using forum posts, i.e. what you're going to do or what you should do, things to take into consideration when using this method. So let's start with what are forum posts. Well, it's basically a post on a forum related to your niche. So whatever niche you're in, let's say building muscle, it's just a post that you make on that forum. It's basically you responding to people's thread with advice and knowledge. So now that we know what a forum post is, why would we use forum posts to build our email list? Well, the idea is that most forums allow custom signatures that will appear at the end of every one of your posts. You can use your custom signature to provide a link back to your website or your squeeze page. So let's say you're in the weight loss niche and you're on a forum, you answer someone's question with a lot of detail and trying to help them about something to do with weight loss, and then when they read your response at the end of your post, it's a link to your ebook, How to Lose 10 Pounds in 10 Days. Well, it's very likely that they might be interested in that, and then thus it's an easy way for you to get your lead magnet in front of people and to get your squeeze page out there. It's a cost-free way to promote your lead magnet because signing up for a forum and making posts doesn't cost you any money. It's easy to get started with. The downside is that it's manual work and stops working when you stop posting. So after a while, if you stop posting on the forums anymore, then your posts are going to get buried and no one's going to see it. It's still a good way to get started to add subs to your email list before you use harder methods that might require more time or more money. So it's definitely something to get started with, but not something to do for a long term. So let's talk about using signatures, direct and indirect ones. Signatures appear at the end of each of your posts on a forum. Not all forums allow signatures. You can manually add it in at the end of your post, but some forums don't like that and you might get banned for it, so you got to check their rules. But if they don't allow a signature, you can either manually add it at the end of your post with your link, but it might be better to use an indirect signature, which is something like saying, hey, I've just written this ebook on this XYZ topic. If you're interested, message me saying I'm in and I'll send you a free copy. So you're not actually providing them with a link, you're just asking if they're interested. It isn't always as effective, but it's a way to combat those forums that don't allow you to post signatures. Writing a high quality lengthy response will also help to combat that, especially if you write like a really good response that's detailed and helps someone out. They might be interested in what you have to offer and the forum might not feel like you're trying to spam them. Forums that allow signatures are better, but you can also use indirect signatures if needed for those that don't allow signatures if it's a really good forum, but ideally you want to find forums that do allow signatures. Okay, so there's obviously two types of signatures you can use, the indirect and then the direct. Forget about what I said about whether or not the forum allows you to post signatures or not. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry if it gets confusing, I'll give you examples. Basically, a direct signature is when you outright offer your lead magnet, and an indirect signature is when you discuss what you're up to and ask if people are interested. So using signatures, right? Examples. Direct signature. P.S. Check out my free ebook that will teach you the tips and tricks you need to get a man to love you. Link to your squeeze page. That's a direct signature because you're inputting your link there and giving them a specific call to action. An indirect signature. P.S. I'm writing a new ebook and creating a website that will provide tips to females on how to find their perfect man. If you're interested, message me with I'm in and I'll send you a free copy of my ebook. This is an indirect signature because there isn't any link there. You haven't provided a direct link to your squeeze page. You ideally want to use more indirect signatures on forums that don't allow signatures because it will reduce the risk of you getting banned or the forum moderator seeing you as a spammer. Okay, so now that we've covered the basics of using forum posts, we're going to talk about the specific action plan, i.e. what you need to do to actually input this strategy and use it to build your email list. So the first step, well, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through all the steps and then I'll do a live demo on the live screen so you can see what I'm doing. But anyway, the first step is create a list of decent forums that you can post on. You can use a Philo Jetpack to do this and Google. I'll show you on the live screen in a minute, so don't worry. You want to sign up and create your signatures. And then you want to start posting on the forums. You want to use high quality responses with knowledge and advice with the intention of actually helping people and not just trying to get your ebook out there. The more you try to help people, the more connections you'll create and the more people that will be interested in your ebook and will end up on your squeeze page and will end up signing up and thus building your email list. So it's all about having those high quality responses and actually trying to want to help people. You want to spend at least 10-20 minutes a day posting on the forums for about 2 weeks and see what results you get. Depending on the activity of your forums and how good your squeeze page is, it will vary, but that's how you would get started. So now let's go to the live screen and I'll walk you through exactly how you can do this. Okay, so here we're at the live screen. The good thing is that a Philo Jetpack actually gives you some forums that you can use immediately. So if you go to your niche, I'm going to use Dating Tips for Women, and then it says authority forums, just see the list. And it actually gives you a list of forums that you can actually start posting on. The other way to do it is if you go to Google and then just type in whatever niche you're in and then forums. So let's say female dating forums, which I've searched before. Some of the ones might be the same as the ones that's on this Affiliate Jetpack list, but you'll find other ones as well. And you can always change around what you search and find different forums. That's for you to create your list. You don't need that many. If you can find like maybe 5 really active forums, that'll be enough. At the end of the day, you don't want to spend your whole day posting on forums. You just want to do it a little bit, so you don't need to find that much. But that's what you want to do first. Create that little list. And then you want to sign up for each forum individually and create your signatures. So let's use this one as an example. This is the first one that was on here. So I'm going to do it here to show you. All you can do is register. Fill out the information, etc. Which I'm going to do off screen so you don't have to see this. Okay, so once you finish signing up, you want to go to your settings after you've confirmed your email if they want you to do that. Like here on this particular forum. Obviously it's going to be different for other forums, but for this one, I'm going to show you how you do it. You hit settings. And then you want to look for where it says edit signature. Sometimes it's in different places for different forums. But when you're looking for forums, you want to make sure that the forums allow signatures, or you'll have to use the indirect signatures like I told you. But anyway, so you want to edit your signature. And wait for that to load. And you basically just want to write something here, make it look pretty, and see what you want to write to entice people to click on your link and view your ebook. So I've just written check out my free ebook as well as my new dating tips for females website, and I've got a link to both. You can write whatever you want and test different things. But that's basically how you want to set up your signature. You can do that for all the different forums you find on your list, and then you can start posting on them. Alright, so let's move on. So that's pretty much the action plan for using forum posts to drive traffic to build your email list. Once you've found your list of forums and you've set up your accounts and signatures, you just want to start posting a bit daily and see what kind of response you get. It's going to be different for each forum and different each niche, so don't worry if you don't get immediate results. Now let's look at some things you want to take into consideration when using this method, some things you should know before you do it. It's a slower method to build an email list, so don't expect crazy results. It will motivate you to try more challenging and costly list building strategies if you've already got some people on your email list and you're not just going straight up for Facebook ads when you have no subscribers at all. It'll be a bit more motivating. Each forum has its own rules, so make sure you do your best to follow them. Some don't like advertisements, so maybe it's best to avoid posting on them. You need to actually try and help people when you post on forums. One sentence replies won't work. Address all of their concerns and write like lengthy responses and try to help them. That way they'll be more inclined to want to actually listen to you and look at your signature and first click on your ebook. We all have similar niches and ebooks and we'll probably use the same forums. So we've got to try to differentiate. So we can have different titles, different ebook covers. Writing high quality responses will always help you stand out. But just remember that if we all use the same strategies the exact same way, it might not always work as efficiently. Okay, so let's conclude this video. Using forum posts is a short-term method to kickstart your list building journey after maximizing your friends and family. It'll motivate you to try more challenging and costly list building strategies like using Facebook ads or solo ads or YouTube or Kindles or things that just take more time. I'll have more strategies and methods, so stay tuned.